Ahead of their opening game against Norwegian side Molde, we are delighted now to talk to the town skipper, Brian Gartland, who joins us live from his very own office, recoveryroom.ie. It's a busy time for the town at the moment. Brian, are you getting in some recovery this morning?
Yeah, well, I'm just in the office. We're in training at about 10:30. I'm in the office in the house here at the moment. Thought I'd give it a plug. And,
you have a manic
match again tomorrow, so we've plenty of games at the moment.
I was just going to say, you have a manic schedule coming up, haven't you? I mean, you're 2-3 games, sometimes 3 games a week. I'd say you're dying to get stuck into the Europa League, though.
Yeah, it's mad. I think we 3 games in 6 days or so there, and you're dying to just get to Europe, but you can't, and you have to focus. So it's cliches, you focus one game at a time, but we got to make sure we're back in Europe again next season, and our league form hasn't been too great, so we can't really, take the focus off the next league game. So we're trying to pick up the points and get into a good position, and then we can look forward to these big games in Europe.
Well, let's celebrate the very fact of qualifying for Europe. Take us back to that great night in the Aviva Stadium just over 2 weeks ago when you picked up a 3-1 win against the Faroese Island. Nights like that are special. We know how big this is financially for the club, but for you as a player, how big was it?
Yeah, it was massive. We've had a tough year. Like I said, our form, I suppose the best way of saying it, hasn't been great in the league. So Europe's been a big distraction, and we've had good draws compared to what I suppose we could have had. And it's unusual. We were going in as favourites for a tie in a playoff, there was a lot of pressure on us, and it's just a surreal feeling to come away from that. Getting to the group stages again, and for a lot of lads, their first time, it's really is surreal, and big ties to look forward to now, and a lot of work to do. But nights like that, playing football in this country, they're far and few between. So
it's just a shame, isn't it, that it wasn't played out in front of 20, 25,000, 30,000 fans. The atmosphere would have been red hot, wouldn't it? How are you finding that in terms of, we've spoken to a few footballers and rugby players and athletes. How are you finding that thing of playing in front of empty grounds?
Yeah, you get used to it, but again, without the fans, it's half the buzz, it's half that, like you say, that feeling that you get. It's sharing that experience with your family, friends, all the fans that are there every week, and it's hard to put into words, I suppose, but that's life at the moment, and we have to get on with it. But yeah, it does take from it a little bit.
Brian, tell us a bit, give us an insight, because we're intrigued about your manager, Giovagnoli, since he's arrived. He's really done wonders with the club. What has he done for you, and what is he like?
He came in, and like I said in a couple of interviews before, he was confident, and I suppose that's infectious. If somebody comes in and they talk well and they're confident and it's natural to them. We were down on our confidence a bit, and you sort of question yourself, because that's what sport is. When it's not going well, it's a mental thing is more than anything. And good players and a good dressing room there, sort of thing. So it was just, I suppose, change the mood, increase the confidence, and he's structured, he's organised, he knows what he wants to do, and he has a plan of how he was going to do it. So all of that gives you, just the foundations, the structure of where to, I suppose, go back to your basics, start again, and build from. He's a nice fella, we get on well with everyone, and easy to talk to, and he's, him and Giuseppe they're good crack, they're good fun.
I was just going to say, because
they're passionate. And
it's interesting that when Aidan even mentions his name, a smile breaks across your face. I mean, that's such a great sign, because as you say, footballers particularly, when you're in a dressing room, you need to have that team vibe, and positivity. And clearly he's done, you're working for him, he's working for you. It's working together. He seems to be a great character. As you say, I'd say he's great crack, is he?
Yeah. We haven't got a night out, obviously, given the circumstances so far, so I haven't seen that side of it. But I can imagine they're good crack that way as well. But there's a serious side to it as well that you respect. He comes down hard on people as well, so he's got a good balance that way. And it's early doors, but it's been it's been promising so far.
Well, the glamour tie in the group, of course, is Arsenal, who'll be in the Aviva Stadium in December. There's also Rapid Vienna. But this Thursday night in Tala, it's against Molde. We want to wish you the very best of luck to you and indeed all the squad. And thanks so much for joining us this morning,
best of luck, Brian.
Thanks a million. Cheers, lads.
Cheers, Brian. And like you saw there, you can see Dundalk versus Molde. That's live on Virgin Media 2 on Thursday from 5:30. That is going to be a cracker.
Yep.
Much needed in Irish football.